Hi, good afternoon, everyone, or good morning, or good evening, depending on where you are tuning in with us today. My name is Bella Mollison. I am a Youth of the Year from 2019, speaking with the Military One Source program to read a book to you all today. So this is Where the Sidewalk Ends, and this was actually from my dad. He gave it to me. Oh, I don't think you can see, but it's from my dad. He gave it to me in 2010, which I'm sure that a lot of you kids who are tuning in are probably either very little or not born yet. But back then, my dad was deployed to Iraq, and he gave this to me for my birthday. And in it, he wrote "Siempre en mi corazón," which means always in my heart. Just because I know that if you have parents overseas, I wanted to share this because we're always just being thought about it with our parents. And it's just a very special moment for me. And I wanted to share that with you. So I'm just going to pick a few of my favorite poems out of this that I've had for 10 years now and share them with you. The first being the very first poem. It's called Invitation. Another great thing about this book is that they all come with illustrations. So if you ever get bored with the words, you have the pictures to keep you occupied, which I know has definitely kept me going when I was younger. But the first one is Invitation. If you're a dreamer, come in. If you're a dreamer, a wisher, a liar, a hoper, a prayer, a magic bean buyer, if you're a pretender, come sit by my fire, where we have some flax golden tails to spin. Come in, come in. Next one are actually these two together. The first one is I Must Remember. It says, I must remember turkey on Thanksgiving, pudding on Christmas, eggs on Easter, chicken on Sunday, fish on Friday, leftovers Monday. But ah, me, I'm such a dunce. I went and ate them all at once. And as you can see, his big belly extends past the page because he decided to eat all his favorite meals in one go. And I can't blame him. They sound like really good food, especially with the holidays coming up. Even though with coronavirus and everything, even if we're not able to be with all of our family members, the ones that are in our homes with us together, we can still have an amazingly big, delicious meal with them. So there's still a lot to be thankful for this holiday season. The next one is the fourth. It says, "Oh crash, my bash, it's bang, the zang, fourth whoosh of Baroom July." Ooh. And so for that one, it's basically the narrator. He's trying to, or she is trying to speak, and they're trying to say, "Oh, it's the 4th of July," but the fireworks keep interrupting them. So all of these poems, they just are so interactive and so much fun. And there's over like 200 in this book. So I've definitely, even in my old age, have come back to them plenty of time. My next favorite is on page 40. It's called Rain. It says, I opened my eyes and looked up at the rain, and it dripped on my head and flowed into my brain. And all that I hear as I lie on my bed is the slishity slosh of the rain in my head. I step very softly, I walk very slow. I can't do a handstand, I might overflow. So pardon the wild, crazy thing I just said. I'm just not the same since there's rain in my head. And then on the same page is two boxes. Two boxes met upon the road, said one onto the other, If you're a box, and I'm a box, then you must be my brother. Our sides are thin, we're caving in, we must get no thinner. And so two boxes, hand in hand, went home to have their dinner. For this one, the two boxes, I really like this one because these two boxes, they've never met before, but they see each other and they start pointing out the similarities that they have. And even though, if you see, they look different, but they still find a way to meet each other, first time seeing each other, and become friends just because they want to. And I really liked this one growing up because, as a military kid specifically, you know, I spent a lot of times picking up and moving somewhere that I wasn't used to. And I met a lot of people for the very first time, and I had to do that over and over again. But regardless, I found the similarities between these new people. Hey, you're a military kid? That's great. Hey, you're just a kid, just like me? That's also great. And I was able to become friends with them. And I think that that's a kind of a magical power that a lot of military kids can have. And then this one I also really loved. It's called the boa constrictor. I loved this one because I really liked snakes. So not as thought provoking as the last one, but I think just as legitimate. This one is called boa constrictor. Oh, I'm being eaten by a boa constrictor. A boa constrictor, a boa constrictor. I'm being eaten by a boa constrictor. I don't like it one bit. Well, what do you know? It's nibbling my toe. Oh, gee, it's up to my knee. Oh my, it's up to my thigh. Oh fiddle, it's up to my middle. Oh heck, it's up to my neck. Oh dread, it's up to my. Yeah, I was a huge fan of snakes, or I guess I still am, but don't really see too many snakes around here. And then I chose this one. There's two more. I chose this one because it's the holiday season coming up. It's Santa and the reindeer. And then you can see Santa, you can see the reindeer. This is the hour, said Santa Claus. The bells ring merrily. Then on his back he slung his pack, and into his sleigh he climbed he. "Oh, Dancer, oh, Prancer, oh, Donner and Blitzen, oh, Comet and Cupid," cried he, and all the reindeers leaped but one, and that one stood silently. He had pulled the sleigh for 1,000 years, and never a word he spoke he. Now he stood in the snow, and he whispered low, "Oh, what do you have for me?" "I have games and toys for girls and boys," said Santa cheerily. The reindeer stood as if made of wood. "But what do you have for me?" "The socks are hung, the bells are rung," cried Santa desperately. The reindeer winked at a falling star. "But what do you have for me?" Then Santa reached into his beard and he found a tiny flea. He put it into the reindeer's ear, and the reindeer said, "For me, oh gee!" And into the blue away they flew from the flea. And the moral of this Yuletide tale, you know as well as me. And then, and then this last one for the day is, if I can find it. Oh, jeez. If not, there's plenty more to pick from. Oh, here it is. This one is called Who's Taller? And it's a pretty short one. It's a great storybook to read just anytime, big and small. Ooh, this way. Long stories and short stories. It's Who's Taller? Depends if the judge is fair, depends on how high the heels you wear. Depends on if they count the hair, depends if they allow the chair. So if you see the the picture, they're wearing high heels, she has tall hair, they're on a chair trying to see who's taller. And I related to this one a lot when I was younger because I have a little brother and we were always trying to compare who's taller. And I always won. But now that he is 16, almost 17, he he's just a smidge taller, almost as tall as my dad. But we don't do these height challenges anymore because I don't like to lose. And so, yeah, this is One of my favorite books given to my dad to me back when he was in Iraq. It's called Where the Sidewalk Ends by Shel Silverstein, and I highly recommend if you have the chance to check it out at your local library, or you can buy it, I'm sure, on Amazon or any other book selling store. And yeah, thank you all so much for joining me today. I really hope that you all have a great holiday season, that you stay safe and take care of yourself, your family, and your neighbors. Thank you so much for joining us.